There is a soul that holds a deep love for you, yet this person has chosen on purpose to stay far away. Before your thoughts start to run and try to explain everything, I need you to stop for a moment and breathe slowly. Because the message reaching you right now is not just any ordinary thing. This exact moment, this message and this perfect timing come from a higher connection. It acts as clear proof and confirmation. It is the truth your inner feeling has quietly wanted to hear all along. Hidden under all the confusion and unanswered questions in your life. There is no accident in this. Nothing happening here is random or without meaning. Sometimes the universe shares its hidden truths, and you can only notice them when you stop rushing around and become still enough to listen. Your spirit already understands what is real. There is someone in your life story, or maybe someone who used to be very close, who carries strong devotion they find hard to put into words. They feel an intense emotion they do not know how to handle, and a longing they cannot remove, no matter how much space they put between you. Do not think their quiet behavior means they do not care. Their silence is actually filled with powerful feelings that overflow inside them. As their love grows stronger, their need to pull back also increases, as if caring for you has become both a beautiful present and the heaviest challenge they have ever faced. This is the truth their heart knows well. Even though their actions try to cover it up, they keep distance because you touch them deeply at their center. You woke up something that was sleeping, something hidden under many years of emotional protection. If you're dealing with someone who loves you but keeps pulling away, hit like right now. As Carl Jung once said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. And that is precisely what took place between you. You changed them in important ways. You helped them see sides of themselves they had never shown anyone before. You opened the walls they had built carefully over time. You reached a part of their soul that even they did not realize was there to them. You are not simply another person. You are like a mirror that shows what they desire and what they are scared of losing. You reflect their hopes and also every old wound they have never fixed. They have never experienced feelings this strong, this genuine, or this hard to control. You took away their guards without even trying. With you, their soul felt completely open, clear, and without cover. And being vulnerable was something they were never shown as safe. You were never part of their original plan, but a sudden arrival that shifted their entire world in ways they still cannot fully describe or understand. They did not expect the sparks that flew when you talked, the profound calm when you were near, or the terrifying reality that your absence would feel like losing the very air they breathe. This person remains distant, not because of a lack of interest, but because of a paralyzing fear regarding the immense emotional power you hold over their spirit. You have become the one person whose thoughts and words matter more than any other, making you a mirror they are not yet ready to face. Comment: deep love. If you have someone who cares deeply but stays distant to protect their own fragile ego, loving you feels like stepping off a tall ledge without knowing if anything soft waits below. So instead of taking that risk, they remain frozen in a state of self-imposed isolation. Their distance is actually a quiet admission of guilt. They believe in their heart that you deserve someone more complete, healed, and steady than they currently feel. They obsessively replay past mistakes and conversations, worried that their unhealed wounds will bring disorder into something pure and damage a bond that feels too precious to lose. Inside their silence lives a soft, haunting voice, claiming they are not yet ready enough to meet you as their best self. Hit like if you recognize that this silence is actually a protective barrier, born from their own perceived inadequacy. They sense your bond in the deep, energetic spaces where pure logic cannot reach, and no matter how far they travel, you remain in permanent fixture inside their internal landscape. Every temporary distraction fails, and every replacement feels hollow, because their heart stays loyal to the essence of what you shared, even while their mind is scared of the vulnerability you represent. As Carl Jung wrote, "What you resist persists, and their attempt to push you away has only caused the connection to grow stronger and more undeniable within their unconscious." Their silence is rich with unsaid truths, and the heavy burden of past disappointments that taught them closeness brings suffering, making you feel both valuable and dangerous to their peace. Subscribe and comment "Recovery" if you are ready for the truth that their heart is working to overcome this fear. They are testing their own strength, attempting to see if they can stand alone before they are capable of standing beside you. Beneath the facade of independence and the quiet of the night, they lie awake, crumbling under the immense pressure of everything left unsaid. They intuitively understand that even a single step toward you will shift their entire world, a metamorphosis for which they do not yet feel prepared. Their absence is a self-imposed exile, a frantic attempt to calm their inner storm before it encounters the profound stillness of your presence. Type yes if you want to understand why they are staying away, even though they love you deeply. They recognize that one moment of total honesty will make their emotions impossible to deny, and once that truth is spoken, there is no returning to the safety of the shadows. To love you is a commitment to everything, and they are currently terrified of giving that much of themselves to another soul. They hide behind the illusion of the perfect time, waiting until they feel stronger or until life becomes easier. But their spirit knows that healing does not wait for convenience. Even from a distance, they are haunted by the wonder of whether your heart still holds a space for them, or if you have finally closed the door. The deep truth is that they are coming back, not when they are perfect, but when the agony of your absence finally outweighs the fear of their own vulnerability. While they may appear composed and untroubled to the outside world, this separation is a silent trauma that strikes them whenever the noise of daily life fades. They miss you not as a simple memory, but as the only place where they ever felt truly home, a recognition that everything was lighter and more authentic in your company. As Carl Jung observed, until the unconscious is made conscious, it will direct one's life as fate. Their hidden fears of being undeserving have guided their retreat, but their soul continues to pull them toward the light you provide. This is a major turning point in their destiny, an opening that requires the very honesty they have spent years avoiding. Subscribe and comment "Home" if you are ready to welcome the version of them that finally chooses truth over fear. At night, when sleep does not come and they stare upward, they think about words never spoken, sorries owed, truths held back, and chances they wish to live again. They consider reaching out. They picture what they would say if fear did not stop them. They write messages they never send. They type long thoughts and remove them. They look at your name, hoping for bravery to appear. They practice talks they are too scared to begin. Every try ends with the same worry. What if it is already too late? What if you have continued without them? What if the opening is closed now? Even with that worry, they cannot stop hoping you still feel the connection. They wonder if you still notice the bond under the quiet. They wonder if your heart still knows theirs the same way theirs knows yours. They wonder if your spirit still calls to them in still moments. There are nights they feel sure you are thinking of them too, moments when your name comes suddenly as if pulled by an invisible force. They are scared of losing you for good. Even though they create the distance, it is a strange way to guard themselves, pushing away the one thing that could truly heal them. Comment fear. If you feel their silence is coming from fear, not lack of love, they live inside a contradiction. They run from their strongest desire. They stay quiet about what they most need to share. They deny themselves the love that could change them because they have never truly believed they deserve something so genuine. If they seem cold or uncaring, know it is only a cover, a protection, a way to survive. They learned early that showing feelings means risk, depending on others means weakness, and loving strongly means future pain. So they created tall and thick walls. Then you came and gently broke through them without effort. That is the reason they step back. That is why they disappear. Sometimes they try to rebuild their guards, but every effort fails because their heart keeps choosing you. No matter how their mind fights for control, they wait for the right moment. Deep inside, they know no perfect time exists for something this strong. They keep saying they need more days to become the person they hope to be, more time to heal, more time to grow, more time to learn loving without fear. But time has turned into their own trap. Every day of waiting makes the space feel harder, not simpler. Every day of silence adds more pressure. Every day of pretending adds weight to the truth. They picture returning in a strong way, honest and brave, without shaking or doubt. They imagine walking to you knowing exactly the right words. But life does not pause for complete courage. Love does not wait for complete healing. Sometimes the only path is to jump without seeing the landing. They are slowly learning that waiting for perfect causes people to lose what matters most. They stand still, wanting to move forward, but held in place. They feel the universe gently pushing them toward you, while fear pulls the other way. They try to calm their inner struggles long enough to hear the deeper truth. They are deciding whether to keep living behind emotional guards or finally give in to the bond that will not fade. They think maybe you have become stronger without them. Maybe you have learned to move on. Maybe you no longer search for them. The idea of that possibility hurts them deeply in ways they cannot easily fix. They would rather stay silent and punish themselves than face the pain of discovering they waited too long. But under all the fear and delay, one strong truth remains steady. They never stopped loving you. The distance is not because love became weaker. The distance is there because love grew so powerful they could not carry it without feeling overwhelmed. They are not gone forever. They are collecting their strength. They are building courage piece by piece. They are fighting an inner battle between fear and what is meant to be. They are learning in a slow and difficult way that silence does not guard love. It only makes it weaker. There will come a moment, either gently or all at once, when something inside them opens wide and they can no longer stay away. A moment when their heart speaks louder than their worries. A moment when not choosing you hurts more than the risk of choosing you. On that day, the separation will finish. They are coming back. Not halfway or unsure or weak, but truly fully present and honest. Because this story continues, your chapter remains open. Love this deep does not vanish. It changes form and grows. They are shifting inside during the quiet. They are growing in ways you cannot see right now. While it may feel like nothing is moving, everything within them is changing. Distance has made them face themselves, and that is one of the toughest fights anyone can experience. Being without you has worked like a mirror, showing everything they once tried to escape. It has uncovered truths they tried to hide. It has removed layers of protection built over many years. Now they stand directly with themselves, with no one else to blame, and no more ways to hide. No distractions remain, and no escape from the fact that being apart from you brings the deepest pain they have known. So instead of running outside, they started turning inward, slowly, and with some unwillingness at first. They are discovering who they really are, without pretending. They are seeing that what they once called strength, such as shutting down feelings, staying distant, and being alone to the point of isolation, was actually just going numb. It was a way to survive, but not a way to truly live. Numbing does not bring healing, and silence is not real power. They look back at you and recognize someone who helped them feel safe enough to hope again, someone they could not pretend around. The distance gave them room to think clearly, and now they see with new eyes the things fear had hidden before. They understand how deeply you saw them, and that scares them because being truly seen means being open to possible loss. Being open means having something valuable that could be hurt. They are gradually learning that the true risk is not losing you, but missing the chance to share something rare because fear stopped them. They realize they cannot love you completely until they face the hidden sides they always avoided. They cannot create something lasting while still hiding behind emotional walls. They cannot move toward you while carrying heavy, unhealed pain. So they are studying new ways. They are letting go of old patterns they thought would last forever. They feel life pulling them out of who they used to be and guiding them through hard but necessary growth. They were scared of being loved because they felt unworthy inside. They are facing the shadow parts Carl Jung described as the hidden, pushed down and weaker sides of personality. But you broke those old beliefs simply by being yourself. You made them feel secure enough to be fully human, and that frightened them more than anything before. In their private times of thinking, they recalled the gentle tone in your voice, the calm in your presence, and the understanding in your quiet moments. You gave them something real, and they did not know how to accept it fully. They once believed love had to be difficult, full of ups and downs, and unsure because that was all they had known. But with you, it felt different. They were not mainly scared you would leave. They were scared of disappointing you. They were scared of letting you down. They feared you would look closely and notice the imperfections they felt ashamed of. What they are realizing slowly is that you never demanded perfection from them. You never needed them to be without mistakes. Love is not about being flawless. It is about being willing and showing up truly. Every day they stay awake, they feel the empty result of their choice. Every morning without you, they carry a load that no longer makes sense. Every night as they fall asleep, they think of you. They understand love like this does not appear often in life. Their distance is not giving them power. It is harming the very thing they hope to keep safe. They sense the universe pressing them to move, to grow, and to face truth. They feel the connection becoming stronger instead of disappearing. What they hoped time would reduce, time has actually made deeper. Share this if you have a soul connection with someone who disappeared. They know now that life does not wait endlessly. Chances do not return again and again. They are learning the difficult lesson Carl Jung spoke about. There is no new awareness without some pain. Through that process, one clear understanding has grown stronger than fear or doubt. They cannot heal without truth. They cannot go ahead without bravery. The worries are becoming weaker. The heart is becoming stronger. The silence is starting to break. The distance is becoming smaller. Something inside is getting ready for the moment they stop running away. When they turn and face what they avoided, it will be with clear eyes, with open honesty, and with the kind of truth that comes only after a long inner fight. Because what they feel for you is not passing. It is not imagined. It is not short-term. It is a deeper call, a soul recognition, and a bond that goes beyond space, quiet, and years. Soon, the silence they once used for safety has become too heavy to bear. The distance they thought would bring clear thinking has started to feel trapped. Every day without you weighs more than the one before. Every moment of acting fine becomes harder to continue. What they tried to push down is now rising up strongly. What they tried to ignore is now loud enough to wake them. They can sense the change, the turning inside, and the end of every reason that let them hide. There is a point in every big change when staying the same hurts more than facing the unknown. They have reached that point. Their mind is tired of battling something too strong to defeat. They are starting to see they are not protecting themselves by staying away. They are actually losing parts of themselves. They are losing time they cannot recover. When the world becomes quiet for a second and no distractions remain, they find themselves whispering your name without planning to. They reach for their phone without thinking. They search old memories for the sound of your laugh, the kindness in your eyes, and the warm feeling of simply being near you. They replay the words they wish they had spoken, the times they chose fear instead of honesty. They see now how they moved away from the person who understood them clearly, accepted them fully, and made them feel known like no one else. They think about the talks left unfinished and the feelings without words. They imagine reaching out, and that idea both scares and comforts them. They wonder if your voice would tremble, if your eyes would warm, and if your heart would still know theirs. They wonder if space remains for them in your life, or if too much time has passed. The struggle between fear and regret continues inside. They are beginning to notice that every time they quiet their true feelings, they betray their own heart. Every time they pick distance, they pick suffering. Every time they deny their emotions, they deny who they truly are. They are tired of carrying endless what-ifs. They are tired of living only halfway. They watch your life from a distance without showing it. They look for signs of you carefully. They read your words, searching for hints. They wonder if you still smile, remembering them. Some days they feel sure you think of them too, like energy passing through space. Other days they worry they have become only a memory. But the pool stays no matter what. They are understanding something they missed earlier. You cannot replace a soul bond. You cannot hide true destiny. You cannot run from the person meant for you. Type coming back if you believe they're going to return when they're ready. They have lived through enough hollow days to realize that life eventually punishes those who choose the deceptive comfort of safety over the raw honesty of the heart. The universe has guided them through a labyrinth of small signs, random words that felt like messages, and moments that felt guided, proving that destiny does not speak softly forever. They are finally paying attention because losing you has become the one outcome they can no longer live with or justify to their own soul. The transition from running to returning is happening now because they see that their safe distance was actually a slow, agonizing loss of their own vitality. Comment healing if this message touched your heart, and gave you hope for the transformation that is currently unfolding. Healing is finally occurring because they have become brave enough to stop running from closeness and allow themselves to be seen in their total, unpolished truth. They are mentally rehearsing the moment of return, picturing themselves finally speaking the words held inside for so long. I am sorry. I was not ready. And I never stopped caring. They understand that you are the one person who cannot be replaced, the one who awakened a part of their spirit that can never return to sleep. The realization has hit them that waiting any longer brings the danger of permanent regret, a weight far heavier than the fear of vulnerability. Subscribe if you are ready to witness the moment their honesty finally wins over their habit of hiding. Every morning without you serves as a haunting echo of what their fear made them throw away, proving that silence did not reduce their feelings, but only made them grow more patient and powerful. They once believed distance would help them forget, but instead it acted as a mirror that made your memory deeper and their own inner world more empty. They are coming back because true love refuses to give up, and the pain of your absence has finally become a burden too heavy to carry in isolation. When they stand before you again, it will be with a clear mind and true devotion, ready to choose the risk of genuine connection over the false security of being alone. Like this video,